Everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant-based diet going for yourselves today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static electricity. Sending me some love telepathically. Set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to Great Days. So this evening I'm going to talk a little bit on mysticism. I might go a little bit into the chakra system as well. And I'm also going to explain a little bit what mysticism is, what a mystic is, and maybe how to have mystical experiences, okay? So let's get right into this. So mysticism is pretty much an ancient system. It's all about it's all about systems of being able to experience God. Okay, energetical systems basically, because everything is energy and everything is God. So energetical systems is pretty much what mysticism is. A mystic would be a person, and it goes a lot deeper. I'm just not going to go into the actual systems of this various different systems and whatnot. I'm just going to go off of the knowledge that I have right now in mind. I'm not going to go into any modeling or anything like this right now. Maybe later. But a mystic is pretty much someone who has a very, very deep connection with the universe or God. Okay, and they are very, very rooted in the heart. Okay, rather than anything else, they're all about experiencing experiencing life. Okay, for all that it has to allow them to experience. And they're very mystics are very, very loving beings, and they are very, very righteous in their way. Okay, so mysticism is just that. It's literally being very, very deeply connected with God, or the universe, or just energy. Okay, and being able to have a mystical experience is it's pretty much a transcendental experience. When you are able to transcend flesh, it's pretty much the same thing as a mystical experience. Okay, it may be a little bit different since they're different termings, but it's kind of like the same type of experience, because once you have a mystical or transcendental experience, it's very, or even a religious experience, it's very very ineffable, and it's very profound, because it's going beyond what you ever thought you knew. Okay, because it goes kind of beyond knowledge and logics, and even mind. It can go beyond mind, because the heart is deeper, the heart is more powerful. I think the magnetic field of the heart is like 50 times more powerful than the brain or the mind. Okay, so this is why mystics are rooted in the heart, because it's much more powerful, and this allows them to experience much more profoundly as well. Okay, so mystics are very, very connected people to God. They are able to communicate with God, communicate Krishna, Buddha, Jesus Christ, Christ, Shiva, and I want to say maybe even Ganesh. Most of the holistic figures or holy figures are going to be mystics, because they are very, very rooted in their heart, and they're very, very, very deep in existence. This is why people follow their scribings or their scriptures or their way, because they are very, very magnetically attractive, due to the fact that they are living within the heart. Okay, so mysticism is very, very important for each and every one of us, because it connects us back to God. All right, in your own unique way. Obviously, everybody has their own unique way of coming to connect with God, because we are all geometrically different. Our geometrical structures are all different. If you go to a crystal field, all the crystals are going to have different geometrical structures, but they have an underlying like code as well. Our structure, the lattices are all like to each other, which is the same thing with us. We have a lot of the same patterns, and even chemical patterns and molecular patterns. But we all also are very, very different geometrically as well. We have different structurings, So we're all going to connect with God in a different way, meaning we all have a different path to be able to connect with God, and maybe have a mystical experience or transcendental experience or a religious experience. It does involve the mind, though. The mind is not to be completely thrown out, because you need to utilize the mind, but more so you need to bring a coherence in you. You need to bring a coherence between your heart and your mind at the same time to be able to truly transcend. But more so than that, you need to be able to understand the chakra system, and you need to open up and flow energy, kundalini energy throughout the entire body. Okay, is what is going to allow you to have a real mystical experience, or a real transcendental religious experience. And most people aren't able to get this because of societal conditionings and whatnot. They look down towards anything spiritual a lot of the time because it doesn't fit into laws of physics or whatever they have going. And this pretty much puts people off when it comes to anything spiritual, on a very, very deep subconscious level. And then this creates systems of dysfunction on spiritual level or on multiple dimensional levels. Okay, so the kundalini energy for most individuals, it can get caught up right here at the solar plexus, and it can never it may never go higher than that. Maybe during like birth and things like this, it'll go into the heart, because birth is a very, very deep experience which involves the raising of kundalini. And maybe for dudes, whenever they're like having sex or whatnot, they may have a raise of kundalini. So it may happen naturally for everybody, but for the most part, it may just stay in the bottom three chakras, because these are the chakras associated with the earth and physicality, more physical experience, because they're of the lower chakras, and the higher three are more associated with transcendence and spirituality. Okay, so it would be the throat chakra, the third eye, and the crown chakra, and then the heart bridges the three, okay, or the six as the fourth or seventh. Okay, so whenever you're able to understand the chakra system, it can make it easier for you to be able to understand how to attain or have a mystical experience for yourself, or to transcend the physical flesh, which will pretty much involve going all the way up to the crown with the kundalini, and being able to go from there with it, which can be very, very profound and very life-changing. And this is what they did when religion was originating. They used to use all different types of methods to be able to get the person to have a slight outer body experience, so that the priest can then guide them to higher systems within the astral, to then commune with God. And this is what religion was all about when it first came about. But over the millennia, or over the time, it got very, very skewed, and religion pretty much just became another control system. Now the priesthoods are casting spells over the world, and they're trying to keep people in global control, and they are sapping energy and life force, and feeding entities and whatnot, doing things like this. So that's why it's pretty much called a religious experience, because they used to transcend. They used to get the people of the church to transcend the body, or the people of the order to transcend the body, where the priest would then guide them, to have a communion with God, transcendental experience, mystical experience. Okay, but you can do this on your own. You don't actually need a priest. A priest is just someone to help you traverse the space that you would find yourself in if you were able to distance yourself from the body a little bit, the body and the mind, okay, as a soul. and then connect with spirit, which is God. Okay, so so you can do it in many different methods. You can do it in many different methods for yourself. Whatever works for you. I can give many methods, but also it would be easier and better for you to just set a little bit of intention with God through prayer, maybe, or through intimate connection in your lonesome prayer, and set intention or ask God to guide you to ways for transcending or mystical experience, or even having a religious experience without actually going to any type of religious system, okay? But maybe going through your own way, because this would be best for us during this time, instead of going in with systems which are grown corrupt, So, mysticism is very important. You can do your own research as well. You can get into the modelings and systems that they have been using all throughout the history. I don't want to go into them right now because I don't know everything about them. I just know a little bit here and there, so I'm just going to go off of the knowledge that I've been able to attain without the systems that they have already placed. But I mean, the knowledge is fitting a little bit. I'm just not going to use the systems, okay? I'll just use the chakra system. But that's pretty much it for today's video. Once again, get into mysticism because it's most definitely needed. Philosophy as well is needed, but mysticism would be much more preferred, only because mysticism is rooted deeper in the heart. Philosophy is rooted deeper in the mind, okay? But it's whatever works best with you. If you're somebody who is more of a mental person and more of a thinker, philosopher, then you can get into philosophy. You can even get into both, as well. You don't need to stick to one, but you can do both if you want. And that's pretty much it for today's video. Once again, don't want to make it too long. Just make it short, sweet, okay? So, peace out, one love, and have a great evening.